Hey, great Friday evening. It is kind of trippy Friday evening in the city of Brownsville. Uh, Great weather. I was expecting that. I mean, I saw the forecast this morning, and I was actually expecting a lot of rain out there, but don't see that rain much in the city of Brownsville. And thank you for everyone that went out there and asked. My butt is okay. Este, I didn't have to click on life alert. Help me. I've fallen and I can't get up. But everything's okay. Girina, good evening, Joe Rodriguez. I had a flat, and that happens. My man with Picasso. But we were very fortunate that nothing happened. It's one of the newer models, so it's Country Antonio. How's it going, Antonio Zacarias? There, Esme. Hey, Esme. I hadn't seen you in a while. Abraham, how you doing, man? Buenas noches. Esperanza. Yo, puro licenciado. Hey, Edwin. How you doing, my man? You're looking good. Every day looking better, good, better. Adrian, my man, how's it going, bro? No, you're looking good, Earthwind. I saw some recent pictures doing a lot of that little workout stuff, so it's awesome. Benny and the Jets. Hey, Benny, did they ever pick up that trash? Let me know. Anadelia, buenas noches. ¿Cómo estás? Hermosa. And Big Papa Chip. Still waiting for you to come by pick up some cookies. Although I'm running out of them. Hey, Laura. Hey, Laura, did we get any numbers from Hidalgo? Let me know. I haven't seen him. Diana, good evening. ¿Cómo estamos? Good evening, Bal. So, you still haven't asked my question. I'm asking about the damn trash. Hey, Antonio Guevara, another TSC candidate out there. How's it going, my man? Good to see you. Hello, Claudia. How's it going? And Luis. Good to see you, my man. Today we have Mr. Cifuentes, Jorge Luis Cifuentes. Sir Jose Luis Cifuentes is a candidate for Texas Southmost College. God bless you, John Priscilla. You too, be safe, man. No numbers yet. Thank you, Laura. Keep us posted. Let us know if you get any on the fly. Dora, how's it going? And good evening, gentlemen. Thank you for calling us gentlemen. Some of us really need that compliment. Either I do that or I don't live another year. You look amazing, bro. You're doing a good job. I know that you were getting a little bit heavier there, my man, but hey, you look good. Heavy or not heavy, bro. You look good. Yes, qué bueno. Good. I'm glad that got taken care of. Para que veas, tú más dime, yo te arreglo el problema. Ese Jorge Luis Fuentes. Luis, and we're still waiting for everyone to come up. We're almost there. We usually wait till about 250. Almost there. We're at 196. Pero dejamos saludar a toda la raza. Erasmo, I thought you said you would not be in compromising position again. Hey, man. Hey, el que no enseña no vende. El que no enseña no vende. Let me tell you.
When nature calls.
Showing them goods. Good. Hey, John Chambers for sheriff. John Chambers, my man. How you doing, bro? 7,000 positives in Cameron County. Yeah, I think we hit the magic number. We're going to almost there. 221, guys. It's 250. We'll go. Welcome back. Hola, mi amor. I still need to stop by. I know Linda's a horrible driver. Hello, ladies and gentlemen. We're going in there a little bit. Alicia, buenas tardes. Good. Just sent. Good. Let's go into check out the numbers. And Laura is keeping us up to date in regards to the information out there in Hidalgo County. Thank you, Laura. I love you. I'm kind of scared to even look, but you let us know. Hello, Erasmo, Frankie, George, Luis to the show. Blessings. Good evening, Elazar. God bless you, my man. It's the God. Lucas, it's the God. You're the God, bro. Love you, bro. Mucho jamón. In that picture? No bueno. I'm even afraid to look. Erasmo Federico, God bless you, man. Good evening, Erasmo Frankie guest. Good. Corpus Christi, not Cameron County. Sorry. Consider retiring from BSC. Not right now. Please be a little bit patient. Sorry, I know I'm out of town review. Good job. Okay, man. Keep it coming. Love you, bro. Good evening, Mary Rose. Good. And let's stop right there. And We'll stop right there. Appreciate you, Luis. Good evening, and good evening, guys. Guys, it is not a good day for the city of Brownsville. I still haven't brought up the numbers that Laura sent me. Laura, if you would inbox them to me, I'd greatly appreciate it, please. But let's go over Cameron County's number. Cameron County, we do have here in the city of Brownsville 190 positives, guys. 190 positives, 325 for Cameron County. It's not a good thing. We also have reported here in Cameron County 2 deaths. And again, guys, it's not a good thing. Not a good thing at all. I think it's something that all of us need to, pay more attention to. For some reason, we're not paying as much attention as we need to it. Yeah, and one of my concerns is that it's going to come to the point that we just think it's like, meh, and that we should never get there. We should be concerned. And, a lot of the individuals, hello, I love me some Claudia and love me some Miguel. A lot of the individuals out there is going like, well, constantly going on and over in regards to what's happening with the numbers. It's not beneficial. Guys, we've got to decide to do something. Lucas, love you, man. It's choice to make something.
It's very scary, Erasmo. We have as you've been very vocal about it, and Mayor Trey Mendez has previously stated that there's been a lack of reporting in regards from Cameron County. We have seen how the nursing homes we've heard have been they've had an outbreak, deaths in the teens. But yet we always get this information days, possibly a week after. I also want to touch base very quickly. The Cameron County Jail at Carizales at the detention centers. There was a story that broke out yesterday, if I'm not mistaken, of how there was a lack of communication between administration at the jails to the judges or Cameron County officials. So many people would say, was that political? We had the sheriff Lucio currently in a runoff, so he probably didn't want to release that information because of the race that he was in. Many people were saying, hey, if he would have said this, they could have used this as ammunition against him, that he wasn't addressing the issue and whatnot. But it's very scary. That's 91 deaths for Cameron County. We are at 325 for 91 deaths and 325 positive cases for Cameron County. So we are getting in the high triple digits. And again, many people anticipated that the governor was going to shut down or issue another shelter in place. But as of right now, the show must go on, unfortunately, and that this is our new reality.
In regards to going back into the number situation, we did receive the numbers for Hidalgo County. Hidalgo County is at 451 positives for today. But the number that's most shocking out there is the 27 deaths. 27 deaths in Hidalgo County. And let me say again, focusing on the numbers. The numbers are they seem disproportionate when you talk about Hidalgo County and you talk about Cameron County. You start to see Hidalgo County, and it makes more sense. It makes more sense for a county to be reporting these high numbers with these many deaths when you look around you and you start seeing that there's refrigerated trucks all throughout the county, all throughout Cameron County. And, it makes sense when you start seeing the nursing homes, how they're exploding out there. And it makes sense when you actually talk to the funeral homes out there. And the funeral homes tell you, guys, ya no podemos. We talked to the nurses. I talked to a lot of the hospital personnel, and they're telling me that their conference rooms is now a makeshift morgue. And our funeral homes have 40 deceased bodies in the back. And then we have Cameron County reporting 2 deaths. It makes no sense. But when you look at Hidalgo's deaths and Hidalgo's numbers, they make sense, guys. Something is not right with the numbers. And I'm very, very proud of our local blogger, Juan Montoya. Very proud that he's out there constantly saying there is a problem. And there is a problem, guys. When we don't have clear numbers, a lot of people start to get this false sense of security. And, they start to slack off. Why the misinformation? I mean, is it blatant? Is it on purpose? Is it that they don't have enough staff? Or is it that they just don't care? Why is Hidalgo more realistic in their numbers, yet Cameron County is like a fantasy? They're following Minerva's lead. It just it doesn't make any sense. Now, again, 2 deaths is really, really, really irresponsible, because we know for a fact that at least 10 to 15 individuals are dying per day on average here in the city of Brownsville, guys. 10 to 15. And look, man, guys, y'all have a choice. And as much as a lot of people are out there going like, oh, well, okay, Erasmo, y que no sé qué, y que just going out there every night, you have a choice. You either try and keep up to date with the facts, with real numbers, or you believe the numbers that are being produced by our elected officials. And you know what's even worse, guys? Someone was asking in regards to BISD. The issue is these are the numbers that the corrupt school board and the corrupt board attorney and the superintendent, these are the numbers that they are using to make the choices. Because ultimately, if you remember correctly, folks, ultimately the superintendent and this corrupt board were constantly saying, well, let's wait and see what the numbers say. Let's wait and see what TEA says. Let's wait and see what the governor says. Well, individuals were dying all around us. Look, guys, individuals weren't only dying around us, they were dying at BISD. At BISD, they were dying. So the superintendent and the corrupt board, they're using these numbers saying, oh, look, this is what we're doing. That is why we don't have a plan yet. They've talked about a plan. They made mention in regards to, how we're going to start the year based on TEA and based on the governor of the state of Texas. But you look at McAllen's plan. You look at La Feria, La Joya. You look at Port Isabel. They've got something concrete. They've got something down, bro. They got something down on paper, and it's very telling. So it permits individuals, to make an informed decision. They cannot make an informed decision. Jorge Luis?
Yeah, it's been very unfortunate. I know since June, Texas has been falling behind on the daily tests that they're trying to administer. And, everyone who has firsthand experience with this in and out of their household knows how challenging it is to get tested. Not every employer is supportive about it. And it's unfortunate because they're telling us, we can expect it to look like this for the next 18 months. And that's really unfair, especially for, our community that's underinsured and doesn't have the same resources. So it's very sad just across the board.
Yeah, now he's working 12 hours a day. My dad used to be 25 to 30 burials a month. Now it's like 30 a week. I don't know. I think the death counts are accurate. They're not accurate at all. And I'm going to show you tonight, guys. I'm going to show you tonight that the numbers are completely not accurate. And I'm going to show you with facts. Again, I'm going to show you with facts. A number that high, the governor doesn't want to shut this down. I don't think that shutting us down is going to help anything whatsoever. Again, I think what we need to do is adhere to the guidelines. Wear the face coverings. I've been seeing a lot of reports out there on social media in regards to the doctors saying that if 80% of individuals start wearing their face masks, then in a period of 2 to 4 weeks, we're going to go down 90% in regards to the number of positives out there. Guys, that's amazing. Can you imagine if 80% of the people in the country, in the state, in the county, in the city of Brownsville were actually using face coverings? 80%, that's all we need. With those 80% using face coverings, doctors have said, scientists have said that in 4 to 6 weeks, our numbers would go down by 90%. It's that simple, guys.
I think it's fair to say that we obviously aren't gonna be doing it. We hear people still hanging out in large groups. But Erasmo, my question, you have always been very vocal about the numbers. We need to know what we're dealing with. We need the whole big picture. What could the county, what could their excuse be? Either is there a backlog in testing? Are they overwhelmed? Is this something that they do not want to instill fear in the public? What could the county say to answer to the public's concerns in regards to not reporting these numbers and deaths on time, Erasmo? Because all I've heard is there's a possibility that there's backlogs, that all the valley is having mass all through the state of Texas and all through the US. We're having a mass number of testing. So there's not that many labs that are able to produce such quick results. So again, what could the county be dealing with, Erasmo and Jorge, that that could possibly justify the reasonings or the delay in reporting of these numbers?
Jorge, you want to take that? Or?
Yeah, that's very accurate. In our household, it took us like 5 days to get a response back to go get tested, and then it took another week and a half to get results back, right? And so when your employer doesn't let you go home until you get tested, and then your employer doesn't let you come back until you test positive, that's hurting a lot of people. And so people are getting tested a week late and people are getting results 2 weeks late. The numbers don't reflect what's going on at this present moment. And so that backlog is huge, and we don't have the resources to catch up with it right now.
I did read an article in the Corpus Christi Caller, not the Crawler, the Caller. Corpus Christi Caller. I think I shared it with Elizabeth. And one of the things that I shared out there is in regards to how backlogged everything is in regards, but still, guys, there's no excuse. There's absolutely no excuse for the numbers to be so underreported when you have Hidalgo County just county line away that is doing a better job at reporting their numbers. And I'm sorry, but them reporting 1,300, 1,278 the other day, I dare to say that there are more accurate numbers going on out there. Now, one of the things that they are receiving more resources from the governor, from the state, and from the federal level. But guys, they have Judge Cortez out there who has been very, very proactive. I mean, we know that when Elon Musk was planning to build a plant somewhere or other, he went out there and shoot him a little message. Hey, come to Hidalgo County. You're seeing a county judge that's very, very proactive. A county judge that came out on an interview on Fox News in the morning. A guy that was out there, and bien aventado el vato. You also see a lot of the schools out there in Hidalgo County being a little bit more proactive in regards to the decisions that they're making. And again, I'm going to point it back to leadership. Our leadership is faltering, is failing. Their leadership is doing everything that they can. And again, maybe it's a lack of resources, but I'm sorry, Judge Trevino, you need to reach out and say, hey, you know what, guys, I need help. No puedo. And it's okay to say that I can't, man. And Gabriel, I'll answer your question, Gabriel. Yes, I would dare say that 70% of the individuals that are dying here per day are coronavirus related. And all you have to do, Gabriel, go through your news feed. And, maybe you have a small one, but I have a big one. I have a huge one. And every single day I go through my news feed. And let me tell you, I see black ribbons after black ribbon after black ribbon after black ribbon. I see individuals begging individuals for prayer for their loved one. So no, Gabriel, I'm going to disagree with you 100%. It's not, they're not out there dying solely because of natural causes, because all you have to do, Gabriel, is, again, look, you have to deal in numbers and you have to deal in trends. And the trends are saying that a lot of these individuals are dying from coronavirus, not natural causes. The numbers will tell you that if you compare previous years, that individuals are dying exponentially to a greater extent now than they ever have, Gabriel. So with all respect, no, people are dying from coronavirus. We've shared individuals that we know And again, poco Gabriel. And let me tell you, we've said it regular. Michael Rodriguez came out and said it. Hey, 3 weeks ago, I didn't know anyone that had corona. Now, how could you not? Good vibes, Gabriel. Nothing but draconian measures. No, sir. I'm sorry. My sister's a nurse. A lot of individuals that work in the nurse are going to tell you exactly the same thing. We've seen posts from nurses saying, "Guys, I walk into my shift and 5 people have just died. I leave my shift and another 5, 6 people are dying." It's not real. I mean, it's not this thing about it being fake, it being a hoax. It's very, very real. Seems no one died before COVID-19. Democrats are the true virus here. Let me tell you, Juan. Again, I am very conservative in belief. Very, very conservative. This is not. This was not created by the Democrats. And the fear, the anxiety, and the death that is around us now. The Democrats didn't bring a refrigerated trailer into the city of Brownsville. It was the concern. And let me tell you, Juan, Cameron County is controlled by the Democrats. So it's kind of weird that they would be playing this whole game. Why are they hiding information? The public has a right to know. I know at least 3 people I know for a fact have died. And you're right, JM. And let me tell you, one of the big concerns out there, the entire BSD board members are incompetent. It's that simple, 100%. Stupid Greg Abbott doesn't want another shutdown, and he's dumb. Goalie cares about himself. Guys, and I'm going to go into the numbers first, and then we're going to talk a little bit about TSE. But let's kill off the numbers. 18 months. I would dare say one of the first projections was that it was going to take 18 months to produce a vaccine for it. And I know that there's a lot of talk out there, and hopefully we'll have a couple of doctors on this week that may be able to share with us in regards to the vaccine that are being developed right now. Actually, there is a testing for the vaccine being held also in Hidalgo County. If anyone is interested in, being a guinea pig out there, please let me know or contact Dr. James Wittenberg. He was actually shared some information in regards to it. Bunch of my family members, Canes, out so-called positive, not one passed away. Hey, Gabriel, praise God. Thank God, man. Thank God. We can't combat the virus with half measures. We need full measures. Not having accurate data leads to complacency from the public. I completely agree, Antonio. I completely agree. The Valley should trade the estampas for insurance. No more carnesazos. Fear and chaos is what they want to mass control the population and bring forth enslavement and a cashless society. No. I'm going to respectfully disagree, Gabriel. Respectfully disagree.
And Erasmo, is this fair to say that, like, and I hate to throw this out, but is this like a Republican conspiracy theory where many have claimed to say that this is just a Democratic political ploy to attack the president? The economy was doing well, and either if this was man-made or it was done in a lab in Wuhan, but this was purposely done to affect the president's candidacy in November. Is this something that is fair to say that once November comes and if the Democrats win, this will all go away?
Well, that's Minerva spiel. Minerva Peña on the board. That's what she says. And no, I'm not sure about Jorge or Frankie. I would guess that Jorge is not. I'm not sure about Frankie, but I am definitely not a part of any satanic organization. Although I've been accused by a couple of my hate pages out there, but no affiliation whatsoever. Why can't people wear the mask and oxygen levels within the mask will still remain between 95 to 100%? The mask will restrict the oxygen from reaching our lungs or blood. Yes, actually, doctors did the test. A lot of the doctors were out there putting on up to 6 masks, and it did not lower the oxygen level in the doctor after having them on. So, yeah, it is a myth. Again, guys, all this is just hype, not to follow instructions. So, Jorge, did y'all go through the process of getting tested?
Yes. My sister and I both went through the process. She was having symptoms. It started with, loss of smell, loss of taste. And, as soon as that happened, we started isolating her. We had friends who had been, tested positive, were discharged from the hospital, were given a treatment plan, and we just sort of followed that treatment plan, right? My sister's not insured, and so we bought all the over-the-counter meds, at Target, and the prescription stuff. We went to Matamoros, right, to get medication for her. And it took about a week before she started feeling better, about a week and a half of starting the treatment. But there were some nights that were, very frightful, very unsettling. These were severe symptoms, right? And you can talk to people who've gone through the experience. It's a scary thing, right? I've heard other people calling their relatives, telling them, if something happens to me, take care of my kids. It's a very frightening thing to go through. And for, everyone who says that they don't know anybody who has this, the statistics already said half of Texas is going to get it by August, right? And so we're a month away before half of us go through it, right? We need to stay away from people outside of our household. Because at this point it's up to us to try to flatten the curve. We can't expect it to come from outside sources, because I don't foresee them shutting down anything anytime soon. So we just have to take those measures. And if you do get it, half of us are gonna end up getting it. So either your body will be strong enough to fight it, but that won't be the case for a lot of people. So we just need to keep everyone around us as safe as we can. It took like 10 days, almost 2 weeks to get results back. A positive result doesn't help you get better, right? You need to fight it, and not give up, right? It was tough, getting my sister to get up, to move, to walk, in circles around the house. The virus wants you to lay in bed and take it, and you can't do that. You need to get up and fight, and be strong, because it is a very challenging thing for those who have firsthand experience with it.
Lucy, in regards to your question, they don't have a plan, Lucy. And that's what's very, very concerning. Now, a detailed plan would give us information in regards to what's going to happen if a teacher tests positive.
Mm-hmm.
What is the protocol? We have no protocols. There is no plan. What's going to happen if a student tests positive? Again, we have no protocols. We have no what is it we're going to do? None of that. That is an issue. Linda's back at home. Thank you. Good evening. Good evening. Good evening.
Erasmo, in the board meeting, the emergency one, where your friend Sylvia Atkinson appeared, it was said that they would wait until scientifically it was safe to go back face-to-face instruction. But when would that be? I dare say that they want to, I guess, push the envelope, so to speak. We do have many students who obviously don't have access to internet, but there has been no guidelines, no plan set in place for them to have a backup plan. So is this something, Erasmo, that maybe by after September they will try to maybe push for in-face instruction, in your opinion?
Well, again, part of the problem is that they need to base it on data. See, you base it on data, and one of the things that was being encouraged is that once you start to plateau. We had conversations with Dr. Servan and other doctors, and once the curve is starting to go down, then you can start making plans in regards to maybe a lot more face to face, maybe sports. The problem is that we haven't gone down, and the bigger problem is we don't have accurate numbers. So what happens when they're going to try and make a decision on September the 8th in regards to face-to-face, when the numbers that we have for our area are completely wacko? They're wacko. They're not real, folks. They're not real. And look, I'm very, very tired. There's absolutely no leadership at the district. There's no leadership of giving an F about the community. 100%. And what will happen if teachers test positive? Will the clash? We've been asking those exact same questions. What are the protocols? What is the process? What's going to happen? If they don't have the testing capacity, they should consider pool testing to combine multiple patients in one test and retest and pool test. I'm not sure with it. I know why you laughed. I lost. I just finalized my will today. Oh my god. I hate. It's a smart thing to do. It's very unfortunate a lot of people have to do it. Sorry guys, I just jumped a bunch of comments and I want to make sure I get to everyone. Marco Hinojosa, he never said that. Typical Democrat. Dijo Trump que you can inject Lysol. Keep an eye on the notice. Okay, I'm not going to read all these little crazy little comments. They're crazy. I'd rather go into some. Just no. It's a Democratic. So quick. Okay. Good evening. No, it's not Democratic. Yanis, the beginning stupid. Swap. I was just there. All of us have family members who are affected by the horrible virus. Can test. Yes, guys. I'm going to skip over a lot of comments. I do apologize. Here's a big one. Montreal takes this ARDC COVID numbers is new since the beginning of June. Inmates and there. Yes, and we're going to talk about the jail in a little bit. Hopefully we'll get there. If not, we'll cover it tomorrow morning. But again, guys, how can the district make an informed decision in regards to what's going on or what will happen with your children when they're basing their information and their data on the county numbers? Now, anyone out there, does anyone out there believe that the county numbers are accurate? I don't. And I'll tell you why I don't. Because I've actually done the groundwork. And yesterday, when they shared the 249 positives for the city of Brownsville, one of the things that stayed in my mind yesterday was, goodness gracious, was it yesterday? Yeah. Was how is it that we're reporting 10 deaths at Fox Hollow? Y'all remember that from yesterday? 10 deaths from Fox Hollow. And a lot of individuals saying, "Oh, Erasmo, you haven't talked about Fox Hollow." I go, I think I was the first one out here that was talking about Fox Hollow. I don't think the newspapers covered it. I don't think any of the blogs, and again, they're doing a great job. But I don't think anyone has covered it. You know, we've questioned Fox Hollow. But
this is something, Erasmo, that this is something that you've said maybe like last week. There is this outbreak. There is all these deaths. I've also heard, Erasmo, that people have been trying to get information from these nursing homes, and for whatever reason, they haven't been getting either in contact with administration or people at the office. Are they trying to do damage control? Are they trying to prevent the families from getting this information? This is something that's very imperative. This is something that needs to be urgent for us as a community to know what's really going on. But, what goes to say that the county administration is going to ask for further help from the state? I think that would be a huge black eye for this administration to say, hey, you know what? We can't do it. We really do need help at these funeral homes. But I think that's the only remedy that could possibly help alleviate this problem that we have.
Well, I'm going to disagree. It's not every nursing home out there, because some and again, I'm going back into in regards to Fox Hollow. Fox Hollow, at least with myself, has been very, very transparent. One of the things that I've appreciated about Fox Hollow is that they were actually the only ones out there that were actually producing numbers and informing family members out there in regards to what was going on. And and again, this isn't the first time that I've made mention of it. I've given them praise, and I've got a little bit of backlash from individuals like, well, why are you praising Fox Hollow? I go like, because they're communicating. They're communicating, and they were communicating to the family members of the individuals out there. Now, in contrast, there are some nursing homes that haven't done a great job in regards to being transparent about what's going on. And I mentioned Valley Grande Manor, and I mentioned the concerns from a lot of the individuals out there, a lot of the family members. I mentioned concerns in regards to individuals that had gotten their hold of a phone and actually sent out information, begging for help because of the drastic situation. I made mention in regards to Valley Grande Manor having a great number of their staff quit because their life was in danger. But again, going into Fox Hollow, again, I've always been able to get communication. I've been able to communicate with Fox Hollow and had no issue in regards to it. And I did ask in regards to the 10 deaths that were being attributed to the Fox Hollow yesterday, because it did catch my eye. And I said, well, what's going on? How could 10 individuals die in one day from Fox Hollow? Well, the truth of the matter is they didn't. 10 people did not die yesterday at Fox Hollow. They didn't. But it was made to look like 10 people died at Fox Hollow yesterday. They didn't. And I asked for an official statement, and I'll read the statement. Dear Mr. Erasmo Castro, thank you for reaching out to me this afternoon. We wanted to clarify with you that the deaths reported overnight by Cameron County did not occur in one day. Rather, we're an aggregated total posted by that agency from the past 3 weeks. And again, I'm going back into, and look, guys, I call out anyone that I think is not being transparent. I call out anyone that's not, communicating, not being informative. And I've made mention with Fox Hollow, every day I would get a report. And I would get it indirectly because I would get it from, family members who had loved ones in there. And they let me know these are the number of individuals that tested positive. These are the numbers that have passed away. So for Cameron County to come out yesterday, it was very irresponsible. Because, if I was concerned about it, I'm going to believe that a lot of the community members who have loved ones at Fox Hollow were pretty concerned. Goodness gracious. Jorge, wouldn't you be concerned if you had a loved one at a nursing home and all of a sudden you learned that 10, 15, 20 individuals passed away in one day?
Yeah, that's very concerning. I know people who do have loved ones in adult homes, and at the start of this pandemic, they, people were trying to take their loved ones out and they weren't allowed to, right? I think that, yeah, I think that's unfair. And then, if the county isn't being transparent with us, I would prefer they gave it to us straight, right? If they have some fear of showing us all the numbers, they should at least be correcting, adjusting the data to reflect when these, deaths did take place, so that we know, that yesterday the numbers were actually this, right? But that's not the case, and it's yeah.
It's not the case. It's very unfortunate because when you have a report that says they are reporting 10 deaths and it came out on a day, a lot of individuals are going to be, our primary concern is the health and well-being of our residents and staff. In light of the pandemic, we have enhanced our infection control protocols in a number of ways, consistent with the guidance provided by the CDC, CMS, and other federal, state, and local healthcare authorities. Those enhancements include, among others, restricting non-medically necessary visits to the facility, which, again, state mandated, CDC recommended, screening employees and residents for symptoms and high temperatures, isolating individuals who show signs of symptoms, and avoiding group activities. Again, guys, I have the full statement. I'm going to post the full statement on my page. And I appreciate that. I appreciate individuals that were transparent and are open. And again, everyone has the option of doing the same thing. Look, guys, we talked about Ebony Lake, and goodness gracious. And I was like, why are you saying Ebony Lake? And I'm going like, well, because it's right there on the report. And on the report that the county is throwing out there, they have Ebony Lake at one employee testing positive, 10 residents testing positive, and absolutely no deaths. I'm sorry, I don't believe it. I just do not believe it. I don't believe it at all. I'm going to say that there's a lot more individuals out there testing positive at Ebony Lake. Why are they not on the report? Why don't we know? What other nursing homes, other facilities out there? Why? Have to be transparent. It's the only way that we can make informed decisions. And goodness gracious, guys, going back into BISD and our college, Jorge, think of it. The leadership at our schools, are going to share information, are going to make decisions based on the information that is given by the county health department. Because I don't know if you saw the meeting. Everyone out there that saw the meeting, do you remember that they said, hey, we're going to bring in the mayor. We're going to bring in the county judge. The county judge didn't even know what he was doing there. Come on. Now, parents, the school district and the superintendent, the corrupt school board are going to base their decision making on made up numbers, on inaccurate numbers. I'm not going to say made up, inaccurate numbers, on numbers that are not up to date. Guys. Jorge?
Yeah, I think what I would be concerned if I were a teacher is I think there's a higher probability of adults, transmission happening to adults from younger kids, right? It's challenging. I know in certain colleges that are being proactive about this. The teachers have shields that they're going to be standing behind. The classrooms have been adjusted so that they'll be in halls where they'll only be filled at 25% capacity, right? We can't do that, in our K through 12 schools. And students who don't want to be in classroom should not have to be in classroom, and teachers who don't want to be in the classroom should also not have to be in the classrooms. And I don't, it doesn't help if BISD isn't thinking for themselves and they're relying on this poor data to make incomplete decisions. It's not, they can't think ahead when they're doing that.
Well, I mean, you've read up in regards to what a lot of different colleges, a lot of different universities are putting into place. I'm sure that you read up what TSC is implementing for the fall semester. I mean, what is your take in regards to students going back onto college campuses this fall?
I think, I know a lot of schools, the semester in person is going to only go up towards Thanksgiving, right? And then after Thanksgiving, it's going to be mostly remote through finals. But the school should be doing everything and it can to accommodate the sizes of these classrooms so that they can practice social distancing, and all these measures are put into place. But students should be given the option, right? They should have the option if they want to do it all entirely online. They should be able to do that. Not everyone, everyone has different needs. If you're a student and if you have a family, I can't imagine you wanting to be in class, right? So everyone has different needs, but the school needs to be smart and think ahead and accommodate, spread classes out throughout the day and give everyone that option to do online.
Erasmo, back in March, when there was that shelter in place, the numbers weren't what they are today. Now, they have grown tremendously, and there still is that talk of possibly going back. I just read something here where UT is preparing different scenarios that could shut down this coming semester for the fall because of one student that died or is on the brink of succumbing to this COVID-19 virus. So we are seeing, or back in March, we heard how universities such as Lubbock, A&M, UT, they were anticipating going back face-to-face, and then during the Thanksgiving break, how Jorge had mentioned, they were going to send the students back home. So, we applaud TSC for taking the the initiative of going online, going distant learning. I think that this is going to be the new wave of instruction, possibly in the next 15 to 20 years. How we're going to slowly transition into into distant learning. I think that's something that could benefit everybody. But again, if the numbers were not as bad as they are now, we have BISD and we have other school districts that are in favor of going back of having face-to-face instruction. So it's very scary, but I think that's going to be the new wave of giving options to parents who are afraid of sending back their students and providing the option of doing distant learning.
NBA is about to start. You guys think the season will finish or stop again? It's going to stop again. There's no way. Look, one of the things, and again, this is one of the issues in regards to, a lot of people, and again, guys, a lot of individuals are given a false sense of security. They say, oh, no, but mira, and look, it happened at Spanish Meadows. If y'all remember correctly, in Spanish Meadows, the individual that brought the coronavirus into Spanish Meadows, when he walked in, they checked his temperature. Negative. Nada. What goes into Spanish Meadows, and in 3 days, an event that, boom, positive. Goodness gracious, guys, a lot of these players, NBA players, they're going to affect the test. What tests are they going to affect? Look, they may start off the season doing a lot of the 15-minute tests, but even the 15-minute tests, they're going to show you what they have right then and there. I mean, are they asymptomatic? Are they carrying it? Is it latent in some individuals? We just don't know. We don't know enough of it as of yet. So do I think that the season is going to start and then end abruptly? I think so. I wish it didn't. I love basketball. You know that, Coach. I love me some basketball. But right now, it's not going to happen. Even though people are passing away, and I didn't get the rest. Sorry. Yesterday, I went to HB on Boca Chica and had 5 people sneeze and cough. Yeah, it was crazy. We need to shrink our social circle and always be aware where our hands are and not touch our faces. When I think about you, I touch myself. People who die from it will be from complications. Well, not everyone, Matthew. Again, we have had a lot of 40-year-olds and 30-year-olds code. Some have passed away. Some very, very healthy individuals out there have tested positive. The truth, Matthew, is that we just don't know enough about it yet. We just don't know. Now something, and I'll give Marcos, not that Marcos, the other Marcos, Matthew, John, and the other guy, I can't remember who it was. Give him some credit in regards to, I'm with you, Gabriel. Sorry, Gabriel. I'm with y'all, guys. I want the economy closed. I want the economy to prosper. I want the economy to prosper. I want us to reinvent ourselves. And that's one of the things that I've mentioned to the different businesses here in the city of Brownsville. Reinvent yourself to the point where you could find something other that, permits you to have social distancing and to adhere to the CDC guidelines. Be creative a little bit. Get away to help the community by scaring the great way to help the community by scaring the community to this, instead of telling people the number of how many people. Yeah, Dan, again, I hate saying this all the time. We don't know what recovered means. Look, I have a lot of individuals out there. I can show you pictures of individuals that they've sent me pictures of individuals that have already started to go on the path of recovery. And let me tell you, bro, it's not pretty. It's not pretty at all. We also have a lot of these individuals coming back testing positive. Again, it's not scaring an individual. All I want is for individuals to know the facts and the numbers, the real numbers. And again, going back into Betsy DeVos, bro, goodness gracious, for her to go out there and say 0.02 individuals of our students are going to die, and that's a low number. Again, guys, in the United States, that's 15,000 students, guys. Do any of y'all that have children or grandchildren want your children to be part of that 15,000? Do you want to roll the dice? I wouldn't. Don't believe everything on the control media. I don't, Gabriel. And let me tell you, and look, I've said it here before. Look, I hate CNN. I hate MSNBC. I hate them. And y'all probably too, because y'all are these right-wing Trumpers. And that's great, bro. I wake up every single morning, believe this or not. I wake up every single morning to Fox News. Every single morning. Every single morning, I wake up to Fox News. And then later on during the day, I'll watch it. I can't stand MSNBC. It disgusts me like immensely. I could tolerate some CNN sometimes, but MSNBC disgusts me. Al Jazeera has a better news outlet. Al Jazeera, and please don't be saying Erasmo is a Muslim or something. But the BBC, so not too great.
What about Despierta America, Erasmo?
Oh no, trash. I bet there'll be a lot of lawsuits when the first students get sick. Yeah, I agree. Teachers and students are catching it now, and they aren't in school. No, let me tell you, John. And I mean, you saw it. And again, I shared a comment on your picture. Let me tell you, John. The problem is that it's a failed experiment, bro. It really is, because the individuals that went onto campus contracted it from campus. And I know because I spoke with friends of mine in administration at the Glass Palace, individuals who have tested positive, and they say we got it from BISD building. Again, nobody wants it. Just so you know, John White has been drinking. John White, why haven't you invited me to come over for some barbecue, John White? Love you, man. Even if the county is backlogged and then the numbers are late, they should have gone up significantly by now. Yeah, they are hiding something. And I think part of it has to do with the county exploding. The county has exploded. I mean, the first numbers that came out we've mentioned were the 3 individuals from the health department. I'm having a hard time shrugging my face because I put a crap load of Botox in my forehead. So it's kind of hard to cringe. But I usually cringe and I can't do it now. Damn Botox! Damn you, Botox!
Does it hurt?
No, it just feels weird. Like I can't cringe like I used to. Botox. Hey, this is the moneymaker right here.
Vanity.
Okay, well, these are somehow part of the fear-mongering plan. Just look at the BS view. No.
Yeah, a lot of those talking points were fact-checked months ago, right? Yeah. So right now, what's concerning is the contact tracing that they're doing. They're doing this manually, right? And so they expect people to recall where they were, the past days, at what time, who they were nearby, when in reality, the technology exists, right? Apple and Google have the technology. All it takes is an institution like a government official or a nonprofit to approach these companies, these tech companies, and request this technology. And so then your phone uses the Bluetooth on it, and it'll send messages to everyone you were in proximity with. And that's a much more efficient way to go about it, to inform the community, hey, you were exposed on this day at this time, and that can help us, prevent transmissions. The way the county and the state are going about it right now, it's very poor leadership when they're not relying on the technology that's already out there.
Well, I don't like the Tracy technology. I think
it's. I mean, Google aside, Apple is very safe about it, right? So it doesn't. The data never leaves your phone, and it's all randomized, so they don't know who's who. But if I was exposed at work, if I was exposed at Stripes, I would like to know, right? I would like to know, at least so I can stay home for 2 weeks and not be spreading it, or at least so I could go get tested, or at least to be informed. But waiting until I get somebody sick or waiting until I get sick, I don't think that's worth it.
I can't crunch my forehead. But yeah, it's just I don't know. I feel very uncomfortable with it. Maybe because I'm older and set in my ways. That could be doing. Erasmo doesn't know. He's just following orders from higher up. Let me tell you something, baby. I got no higher up. There is no one more higher up in this town than Erasmo Castro. No one controls this baby. And look, Gabriel and Juan and John White, guys, y'all are welcome to come on. Matthew, I mean, I'll take you on any morning and we'll compare. Look, again, I'm not. I'm not trying to hush y'all up. I mean, I haven't blocked y'all or You know, you have your opinion. I can respect your opinion. I think it causes a disservice to our community, you know, because people are dying. But yeah, man, Gabriel, Juan Yanez, Matthew, my buddy John White. I mean, y'all want to come on? Let me know. Ya fastidió el Gabriel Martínez, pobrecito. No puedo con tanta ignorancia, ya, de los que no creen en lo que está pasando. Goodness gracious. Thank you guys for keeping it real. I'm tired of idiots trying to blame Democrats when, yeah. And look, and just to put everyone's ease of mind out there. Look, guys, I hate Democrats as much as I hate Republicans. I'm not a party person. You know, and I have great friends that are Republicans, great friends that are Democrats. But I hate the party. I literally hate the party system. I think I should make my own party, the Cheese Party. Very true. He has to say what he is told to say. Baby, no one tells Erasmo Castro what to say. Trust me. No one directs Erasmo Castro in any which way, shape, or form. In any way. Erasmo Castro does Erasmo Castro. Period. Period. And again, you're welcome. Matthew, 1.6 million people died from TB last year around the world. Not a great thing. And 1.4 million people died from respiratory infections in 2018. Still not a good thing. Why weren't we all wearing masks for the past 2 years? Because there was no Rona. Matthew, come on the show. Love you. I'll join you. Yana! The curve has nothing to do with the number of people catching the virus, but the number of hospital rooms available. Preach, bro. And let me tell you, we need to get more hospital beds and ICU rooms available. Love you, John. Invite me to a cookout. We aren't going back until there is a treatment and actually works. A vaccine is not the solution. Good. And also for President, preach, bro. Love you, man. Love you. Huge one. I know what you're referring to. You're correct. Oh, on wrong daily death numbers. If people knew the truth, they would all be at home. Prayers requested. Continue prayers for Joe. Joe is being transported to Houston, Texas. Probably as we speak, he's on his way to Houston, Texas to continue treatment because we can't get it for him down here in Brownsville. Joe, God bless you, my man. We're still praying for you. Can you talk about solutions to the problem instead of just, and again, one of the things that I've shared, Raul, this is actually a great question. One of the things that I've shared is, look, Raul, the only way that other individuals are going to be part of the solution is that they become a little bit more open in regards to their little glass palaces. Look I've come out here and I said, hey, if anyone at the hospital needs any help, call me. I'll go volunteer a couple of hours. If anyone and I've made mention to this to my funeral homes. If anyone at the funeral home needs help, call me. If anyone needs groceries taken to their home, medicines picked up, I'll find a way. If I can't go personally, I'll find a way. And again, and don't get me wrong, my thing is I like my solitude. As much as a lot of people think that I'm a very social person, I like my solitude. I like to be by myself. But what they need to do, Raul, is they need to open the doors and say, guys, we need help. We need help. And, be a little bit more open in requesting help from the state governor's office, like Hidalgo, Raul. Hidalgo has been very vocal, and they've gotten everything from the state. Why haven't we? And I'm going to dare say it's because they're not being proactive. So, again, to my county officials that are out there listening, open the damn doors. And I've said the same thing, Raul, to the city of Brownsville, to the defunct health department. The health department is lacking in the city of Brownsville. Open your doors. Tell me. Let me help you. Help me help you. And again, Raul, one of the things that we have here, Jorge, in the city of Brownsville is we got some amazing people, man. They're always willing to help and pitch in, bro. So, open the doors. Let me come in. Jorge?
No, we need to collectively help our neighbors out, right? This is something that I did when my friend was taking care of her mom. I was getting stuff for her, right? I was making Target runs for her. I was leaving the stuff, in the trunk of her car at her house. to help her not have to leave her home, right? But ourselves, we need to, if get groceries for 2-3 weeks at a time if you can. There's no use in being at HEB and Walmart, 3-4 times a week like that. That's irresponsible. Those little things, helping ourselves out, our household, and helping, our work peers and our friends who we know might be exposed, and trying to just minimize contact. We need to do our part, because those of us who work, in with companies or institutions, work-related deaths are a real thing, right? And so we need to keep all of our coworkers safe, and we need to make sure when we come home at the end of the day that we're keeping our household and our neighbors safe as well. It's little things like that, collectively asking people, how can I help you? What do you need? And doing your best to accomplish that in a way that minimizes contact and minimizes that risk.
I agree 100%. Guys, I'm getting a message in regards to Planet Fitness and other gyms out there. Let me tell you, Planet Fitness, Gold's Gym, any other gym out there, please be transparent. Please be very, very forthcoming, guys. Please, please, Planet Fitness, please be transparent in regards to the positives out there. Crunch, please, anyone out there, be transparent. And in regards to being transparent, I mean, let individuals know, let employees know what's going on. Goodness gracious, guys, please, please do not let me have to go and ask for more and more information. Please, este, you, we were very concerned in regards to the gyms. Jorge, do you have any concerns in regards to the gyms?
I mean, I go to a very small gym, so I feel like it's a smaller concern. But if one of the staff at my gym tested positive, I'd hope the gym would take measures, to close for 2 weeks, like a lot of local businesses have been doing, right? But if a patron of that business tested and they were, there at that time, they should also have the courtesy to notify them. And I know you might be reluctant to have the technology, but that's when it would come in, contact tracing technology would come into play, right? Because you would know where these hotspots are, right? You could know that these restaurants, these gyms, have higher rates of positive transmissions, and so you could stay away. Those bigger gyms, I would not want to be going to Gold's. I would not be wanting to go to Planet Fitness. It's a scary thing.
It is scary, very scary. And no one, we're not skipping over the comments. The issue is that, honestly, we're getting a lot of comments. One, I mean, I do my best to make sure that we catch all of them. It's just not easy, bro. But really, really, if you guys something specific, let me know and I'll go back and I'll look for it. I promise you. I didn't even read this one. I don't think the numbers are accurate because some people don't test, even though I don't see this virus. It's out there. It is out there attacking. BIC will make more sound decisions when they start including hospital. Yes.
And it's really unfortunate because not everyone can afford to get tested. And by the time you get called in to do a free test, it'll be weeks. It'll be weeks, if at all. So not everyone even has access to get tested or to, and a positive test doesn't cure you, right? A positive test, they'll still tell you to go visit your primary care physician. And so many of us don't have one, right? And you have doctors like the one you posted about who are giving people treatments over the phone. We need to be smart. That's what my friends did. Her mom was on treatment. She shared it with my family, and we went out and bought all the stuff on our own. But we need to be informing each other and making sure that we have access to the treatment, just stocking up on that medication so that if someone in your house does get sick, they can start it as quickly as possible. But yeah, we need to be thinking for each other at this point.
I agree. The mask ain't going to protect you against anything. Well, again, I'm not a scientist. I'm not a doctor, but I know scientists and doctors are going to disagree. Mayra Carranza, oh, why are you knowing the truth about everything? Don't you live in fear that the government will come for you? I don't know. They better not come for me because they already did that once. Este corona no vale. Amen, brother. Neither the real ritualistic 6 foot distance. Now people should be more distant, man. Stay by yourself. They will come for everyone. Dun, 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 dun. They're coming to take us away. They're coming to take us away. They're coming to take us away. No. Talk all you want. I run the city. No, baby. There's only one king of social media here in the city of Brownsville, and that's Erasmo Castro, king of all local social media. Only one savior, Jesus Christ. Amen, brother. Preach a word. 1.6 million died from TB last year. Yeah, I would put your
Yeah,
comment. Yeah.
yeah, but those numbers are weren't maxing out hospitals, right? Um, it's sad. It's sad right now when Americans are banned from foreign countries, right? Because of how sick we are, and it's sad that other countries have figured this out, right? Um, it's just a lot of it is inaction from the government, and now it falls on us, right? It falls on us to protect our household, protect our neighbors. Um, if you don't leave your house, if you don't have a place of work that you share with other people, it's not going to matter to you, right? But if you do, then you have a lot of reasons to be concerned. And if you have a family at home, then you should definitely be concerned. Um, I appreciate all the places of work that are doing everything to keep their employees safe, right? I'm fortunate enough to work from home, but not everyone, that's not the case for everyone. And we need to be considerate of those people and of frontline workers to make sure that, we're doing our part as collectively as a community.
Yeah, amen, brother. No, 10 people did die there. Actually, they did. They just didn't die in one day. I think that's what was like the kind of the misinformation. It was kind of wonky. Gosh, Gabriel, dude, just shut. Yeah. Que nos digan todo, 100%. But he is here listening. Es terco. Every day I see on Facebook someone's relatives passing away. Yeah, like that idiot might just get off my damn page. Really, that's simple. Why do people dislike me so much and still on my page? Que hueva! Get off my page! Get off! Mayra, you hate me so much, but you're still on here smelling my farts. Really? Really? Really?
What did I miss? Farts? What?
Well, some chick named Mayra out there like, oh, suck her up. Just trying to get y'all to open your mind. Hey, bro, come on the show with me. I mean, I'll take. We'll talk about the Rona. Come on any morning, 9 a.m. I'm kind of lonely in the mornings. I don't mind the company. Any morning except Sunday. John, are those 40, Cameron? Remember that the health department can cancel and close down the district from going face to face, but then again, the county might threaten them if they. The county has just been so lax in regards to everything. I mean, they're still sending their employees onto their buildings. They don't care. I mean, I just don't know what to say. My girlfriend tested positive. My prayers, Carlos. My prayers. I hope she's okay. Me and her used to work for Ebony Lake. Yeah. And let me tell you, Carlos, I got a lot of flack from Ebony Lake. People, from Ebony Lake were, well, where are you getting your information from? I'm going, well, the little information that I'm getting it from the county. Some people will never wake up. Obey, obey. I don't want to get. Tío Erasmo, ese Frankie, puro America. Preach, Vicente. Amen, sir. Cat. BIC board never think to listen to anyone. They are completely incompetent. All of them. And they all have to go. Stop believing so-called positive, so-called death certificates. Should we stop believing the dead bodies that are piling up in the refrigerated trailers too? Anyway, so sorry that y'all, what you're going through. Prayers for your family. Amen. Mayra Ramirez, so sorry that you're going through. Yes, thank you. Uh, Online won't help the much. It's better face to face. Shut up, Mayra. Just get off my damn page. Get off my damn page. I don't even want to hear your opinion. No ill wished you on anyone just to get people to snap out of it. It's okay. I mean, good one. You're okay. You're entitled to your opinion. I just disagree that you share it that much because a lot of people tend to believe y'all. What about the psychological effects of students when teachers or classmates? See that's another one of the questions. And look, one of my other concerns me too is that they're not bringing in the experts. They're not bringing in the experts that are going to ask these questions. Because even on the task force that they have out there, they don't have one single teacher. Not one single teacher. Not one single counselor. I honestly think everything should be done remotely if BIC really, yeah, 100%. Gabriel Mesa, yeah. They will play Rockets, win it all. No, yeah, I think that Orwell novel style society is better than being a school physically. Right now, Orwell doesn't sound so bad. Look, guys, it's where we were going to anyway. We were going into the 21st, 22nd century, and we're going to start doing a lot of the things remotely. I mean, everything's controlled by the internet now. I mean, goodness gracious, it's just an amazing platform. Rudy's tomorrow again, Erasmo. No, not after last week. Let me tell you, never again, never again, never again. It's not scaring people. It's creating awareness to inform. Yeah, 100%. NMCC is way too extreme. I agree, Natalia. It's just too much. I mean, I used to Joe Scarborough in the morning Joe. I kind of enjoyed it because they had a little balance. I liked their little table out there, so I was like but then they started to become always Trump is the devil and Trump I mean I'm not saying that he's not the greatest person in the world, but he's not the devil. Maybe the devil's son. Yeah, him and CBC is sick. They are crazy. Good evening, late night, but yeah, I know. What is your business, John? So I won't go there. Don't want to die because of genius false beliefs. Pati Morales. Emily Lake tested us for COVID-19 and we never received our results. That is what I am upset about, Carlos. That is what I'm upset about. And no creas. And Carlos, a lot of people, and a lot of people out there were giving me hell and a half from those facilities and from others. Like, Erasmo is just saying, Victor, you're from Brazil. Let me tell you, I love me some Brazil. And things are very tough in Brazil right now. Love you, Victor. How long will the Botox last? I don't know, but I can feel it. Like if I go like that, I feel something right about there. Hey, the moneymaker. I got a call from Stell today from Student Personal asking questions just like the survey. Stupid. Price of being sexy. Preach. Hey, look, guys, I'm not going to hide anything. Anything. And never mind a quick George search. Google search even gives me where he lives. Un poco tarde, pero aquí estamos. No nos vamos. Saludos a todo el programa. Escuchas bendiciones. Healthy tongue, healthy something. I just jumped over a lot of them. Thank you. I don't feel too bad that I've done such a terrible job. Harmony doesn't have their crap together either. Good excuse me, Never. They're not the same, Maida. You might have read replies to the troll and thought they were for you. It's okay. No, I saw what you said. Zup, Orger, Oscar. Botox are not essential. Moneymaker. Love you guys. Jorge, one of the things Frankie doesn't even have good enough internet for the show to get some. Sorry about Gabriel and Juan and Asma. I pay them each $1 from Whataburger to troll your live videos. That explains everything. And that's when my son and I are watching the movie Footloose, and you also on YouTube. How to get a Footloose. Footloose. Better than Footloose, guys. Uh, One of the other things that came that we heard about this week, Jorge Luis, is TSC reduced their tuition or planning to reduce their tuition by 20% this fall. What's your take on that?
I think that's a good step forward. Um, I think it should be comparable, right? And by comparable I mean competitive, right? It should be cheaper for students to uh, pick TSC over other state community colleges. Um, a lot of other districts that offer, college districts that offer classes online, offer better tuition, per credit than TSC. Um, and so it's a good step forward, especially for a lot of the folks that pay for classes out of pocket. Um, Kids who are trying to get ahead on their college curriculum. Um, so it is a good thing. But I feel like, there's still room for improvement. Um, you know, for graduation rates in general to improve. It doesn't matter how expensive it is or how cheap it is if people aren't getting their degrees, right? And
Right.
so that's a step in the right direction, but there's still a lot of work to be done to increase those graduation rates for TSC.
Now, what would you do differently?
There's a couple things. I think I read a couple weeks ago too that they're having the programs where students can transfer their credits to the agreements that they have with the universities, the articulation agreements. Um, they have a new one coming up with A&M. I think that is fantastic. Um, I think they need to be building those relationships with four-year institutions.
Yeah.
So that students will want, so that TSC can compete with like the Math and Science Academy, so that kids will want to stay here for 2 years and know they have a pathway to the four-year institution of their choice. And so I think focusing on higher education needs would give TSC a big competitive advantage. And so it'll help us retain the talent that already's, in Brownsville or in our college district, and compete for talent across the state, right? I think that's the direction I would take, definitely.
Yeah, it's very, very important, and I agree with you. I think one of the things that a lot of individuals that are going to TSC, they struggle with, having a clear uh, career pathway set before them. They just don't know what to do. I'm always very concerned in regards to individuals that, again, I've been calling for TSC to lower their tuition for years, years. And I'm glad that they did. Our community needs some form of relief. I hope it is permanent. That's the first thing that I hope. Second of all, my concern is it an election ploy? Why is it just so close to election season that all of a sudden you're going to offer individuals 20%? Look, 20% lower tuition. We're about to go into a very contested, uh, you know, race run for TSC board, and all of a sudden the TSC board is out there as the pushing for free hours, 6 free hours during the summer for the people here in Brownsville. And again, great, it's awesome. Where were you 6 years ago? What have you done in the past 6 years, except continuously cost us tens of thousands of dollars in
Mhm.
litigation, and all because you hired a school president who took us to the cleaners. And it's kind of funny because when they when they lowered her win to $1, they were out there celebrating and going like, okay, how much did we spend on attorneys exactly? I mean, what was the cost of defending this? So yeah, at least she didn't take $13 million of ours.
Mhm.
But how much did it cost us to defend? How much is it going continuously costing us in regards to the appeal process? What about our nursing program out there? I mean, is our nursing program back to where it needs to be? No. And look, guys, could you imagine, Jorge, if they had actually protected our nursing program?
Mhm.
Protected our nursing program. Oh, what a benefit it would be for the city of Brownsville right about now that we desperately need nurses.
Yeah, and that takes, having good relationships with the local hospitals, right? And where they can have those, use them for training. Um, Aside from the time that they spent being not being accredited in the nursing program, getting back to full accreditation took so many, um, hoops that they had to jump through to meet the standard once again. Um, I feel like spending can be can be done better because it doesn't matter what tuition is. Like when 4-year graduation rates are at 5% and 6-year graduation rates are at 20%, that means that 80% of the spending is not going towards completion, right? Um, so spending is a huge concern, and their technology infrastructure is a tremendous expense, and it's an investment that they haven't made, in the last 5-10 years, and it's gonna cost us, the school and the community, a lot of losses if they don't hurry up and put their money where their mouth is in regards to the IT and TSC.
Well,
Jorge, you are challenging an incumbent in Adela Garza. What is your message to the community as to why Jorge Cifuentes should be elected for the TSC board?
I think from what I've seen, just witnessing previous board meetings, there's a very poor leadership in the relationships and the culture that's there at TSC, amongst the board members and amongst the committees that are tasked to with policy at the school. It's not enough to blame inexperience. And I think that's a really poor excuse if board leaders are attributing poor policy to inexperienced committee members. I think the board members are not getting their hands dirty, um, you know, getting into the weeds with it with the committee members to solve problems and to change policy. There's too much of the same thing going on, and these board members have such long terms. To me, I don't understand. Everyone else here has performance reviews every year, and you're responsible to improve as an employee, and these board members, you know, the same issues that they've been having the past 2-3 years, they haven't done anything to solve them, right? They're just blaming new people. And I think that's a culture problem. And I think, we need new faces in the leadership that's going to change the morale, because the committee people, the leadership in the school is not going to have any incentive to be part of the process if their engagement doesn't result in any change. We have to implement this change and let the school see that, hey, my word, my voice matters. It's making a difference. And that's going to create the engagement that we're looking, not just in the leadership and administration, but being able to, innovate for these kids to help them accomplish their career goals, their academic goals, and for the school to improve its efficiencies and its processes, rather than just, what we did last year. We're just going to do that again this year. I think that's a problem for for any of our local boards that I think we should really consider.
Myra, I didn't say Myra. I said Myra. It's somebody else, Myra. It was Myra. It was Myra. And just to clear up, you just have to go back and read the comments. Botox are not essential. Let me tell you. Some people they are. Y la pingüina. Ahí anda. Púrganse todos. COVID is defeatable. Education is the key for better tomorrow. Exactly, Jorge Luis Fuentes. Exactly, 100%. TNUC enrollment is on site 4,000 and has the capacity to absorb 16,000 students. Can you run a college or a business at 25% capacity? Well, one thing that we're learning right now with coronavirus is that no, it's very, very difficult. I think that's something that's been very, very, very clear. At the end of the day, that's when it's all about the money. It is all about the money. The fake YouTube profiles are funny. Maybe they're not fake. I don't know. Amen to that, Jorge. Students' persistence has gone to be the top priority. They don't even have it as a goal priority. They sure as heck don't. Guys, we're at 1:30 and there's still a lot to talk about. But because of the curfew, we got to get home. Jorge, Luis, thank you for being here. Any last words?
Just I think this, with everything as far as changes, culture changes, I think we need to stay on our toes and be adaptable, right? And be persistent about the changes we want to see. Political parties aside, we need representation that is serving our needs. And so I just encourage everyone to reach out, to candidates, reach out to representatives, and be persistent. I write my elected officials all the time. They respond weeks later, but I know that that's our job, right? As constituents, to be pressuring our reps. And so I encourage everyone to be part of the process and to challenge the status quo, right? And I wish everyone a very safe reality that this is what we're facing now, but we need to just be adaptable and try to solve our problems as a community and collectively.
Well, thank you so much for running for office isn't easy. Thank you so much for taking that upon yourself, and Godspeed. It's been a different kind of campaign out there. I'm sure that there's a lot of things that you would love to have done that won't be able to do specifically, but I'm hoping that we can continue to help in any which way that we can to get the word out there. And whenever you can come back, please come back and share more information with us.
Absolutely. Thank you.
Thank you, Frankie. Last words.
Thank you, Jorge Cifuentes. Again, running a campaign is not easy. Challenging the status quo is very difficult. It's very important for people. Whenever we see a problem, we should take the initiative to stand up, be vocal, and do something about it. So I applaud you, sir, for taking the challenge of going up against an incumbent. Challenging somebody of that caliber is not easy, but I commend you for taking that role. And I know that you will do good things for the community college and our community. So thank you so much. In regards to our current situation, guys, it's looking very bad. The Cameron County Jail was just exposed, so to speak, for having not reported the adequate numbers right before the election time, and that kind of bothered me. Obviously Sheriff Lucio and his administration knew of the outbreak that they had. I think the news media had previously reported that they 2 or 3 weeks ago they were at 30, then they went to 100, and then boom, the day after the election they shut it down because they were at 300 to 400 positive cases within the jail. Again, our decision making should not be based on politics. It should be on what's at stake. safety for the individuals working at the jails, safety for the Cameron County sheriff deputies, and most importantly, sheriff safety for those in custody. He is responsible for each and every defendant under his care. So it just goes to show you that politics outweighs everything. Unfortunately, Cameron County is reporting triple digits for the past X amount of days. Hidalgo County, Erasmo, if I'm not mistaken, reported 27 deaths for today. Yesterday they were at 31. The day before they were at 35. This is very scary. Again, death is something that is common, unfortunately, but not at this rate. This is our new norm. We need to start being more proactive in regards to not going out, only going out to supermarkets, getting things that we need, and staying home as much as possible. I hope that this is a lesson for us that we need to value life. Many people think, oh, nothing's going to happen to me, I'm fine. But we need to worry about those we love, the elderly, the children who might be susceptible to this virus, and possibly it might be fatal. So let's try and be proactive about this and try our best to try and come to our normal life as soon as possible. But that all depends on us, guys. Thank you so much, guys. Tomorrow morning, 9 a.m. We'll be here. Thank you so much for your time. You have a good night.
Guys, thank you so much for being here tonight. Again, continue to reach out to our individuals out there. Continue to reach out to the county and demand a little bit of transparency out there. Demand that individuals be a little bit more forthcoming in regards to the numbers. It's scary, man. It really is a very, very scary situation right now, guys. It's scary because when we don't have the accurate numbers, a lot of individuals start doing irresponsible things, like going out on party boats at Clayton's. I mean, look at I just shared it on my page. I mean, look at what they're doing, guys. They're out there in bunches out there, guys, having a grand old time. You know what? Because they don't care. They don't care. Así están on the boat. I just shared it on my page. And again, look, guys, if these people want to go and contract the virus and die, because God bless. The problem is that they come back to work with my teachers. They come back to work at my HEB or my Walmart. They come back to work at my Cameron County Courthouse. That's the problem. And for a lot of my friends out there that have been very, very cautious and very, very careful, to have these idiots out there partying up on a boat, it's just happening right now. We're not going to get any better, guys. I mean, what's the rush, man? What's the rush to be out there partying on a damn boat? What's the rush? I mean, if you don't care about yourself, care about the children at least. Goodness gracious. Yeah, it's very frustrating. Guys, stay safe, maintain social distance, despite what Matthew and Gabriel and all these other people say. Maintain social distance, use hand sanitizer, wash your hands regularly. Guys, the only way we're going to get out of all this is if we actually come together as a community and start acting responsibly. So, guys, please take care of each other and take care of me in the process. God bless.